Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we're going to try and get this thing back in this thing. Yes, hello everyone. As you saw in the last episode, we completely stripped this down. We fitted a swell flap delete kit, half an EGR delete kit, and we gave it all a thorough good clean. So today I've now got to try and put this back into the car. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to give everything a quick wipe down here. I'm also going to remove this old inlet manifold gasket here because I've got a brand new one to put on, and then hopefully I can slide the inlet manifold back on and start buttoning everything up. Right, so I've given it all a good clean down here. Now I'm going to install the new inlet manifold gasket, and then I'm going to try and slide the inlet manifold back on. So, let me pop this in the right place first. Let's see. Clean them all. Okay, well that went on a lot easier than I expected. So, that's great. Now we can just start bolting everything back. Right, so the inlet manifold is now bolted in its final place, all nuts done up tight. I've also installed a stud, which was for the fuel pump. You have to remove that to get the fuel, the inlet manifold in and out. So I put that all back in together. That's a nightmare job as well. I need to next try and fit this little bar that goes between the third swirl flap, so the only one that's left in place, and the little mechanism that bolts to the block of the engine. I need to put that back on its place and then put all the brackets and everything back together here. Also, I need to bolt the second half of the EGR delete kit. So the EGR pipe, the exhaust gas pipe, is already lined up, so I just need to install that in between, and then that is another job done, and then it's literally just a case of putting everything back together how it was. So I'm just going to crack on. Starting to make some real good progress on the back together job. Everything is now all on top, the vacuum lines, coolant line. I've installed most of the bracketry and everything all down here. It's all done up. The only thing I really need left to do now is bolt the fuel pump back onto there, do that up, remove the two locking bolts, and then the cover can go back on. Finish off the EGR delete installation, bolt that together, and then I've literally just got one or two more pipes to fit, which is all to do with the evaporation gases and stuff that circulates the engine. And then we're pretty much there. So I'm just going to finish this off, and then hopefully we can give it a start. Right, I'm pretty sure that's everything all back together. I can't see anything that I've missed off. I've got nothing left in my tub of bits. So as far as I'm aware, I think it's ready to start. The only problem they might have is this battery might be flat, so I will give it a go. And if not, we'll have to give the battery a charge for a couple of hours and then give it another go. Okay, well I'm going to have to charge the battery. Right, so unfortunately the battery wasn't powerful enough to start it at the moment. Obviously with the fuel pump and everything being disconnected, it's going to take a while for all the fluid fuel to get through the system. So obviously it's going to take a lot longer to start than it would normally. So I'm going to have to give this battery a charge for a couple of hours and then we'll give it another go. She runs and she drives very well indeed. Picks up a lot quicker than it used to. It feels a lot smoother, so I'm really happy with how this part of the build has turned out. Still got a few little bits and pieces I need to get done. I've got a second-hand alternator over there, which is next on the to-do list. The current alternator is only charging at about 13.7 volts, should be charging at about 14 upwards. So that'll be in the next episode. But for now, that's all I've got time for, so see you in the next one.